in 3,
I took about
2, 1. All right, 1. Hello, everyone, and I hate you. Screw it.
2.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to
Skader
Skader Things. Hi.
I don't know who these people are. I just got dragged into this mess. I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1. Hi. Welcome to Skader Things.
We're back at this. We're so fucking back, everyone.
We're back, and we don't know what we're doing because we don't know what to do.
I know what to do.
I'm eating cookies right now. Hi.
I know what to do. Introduce ourselves. I'm Abby.
Oh yeah. I'm Blue.
I'm Solvia, but you can call me Evan.
God,
or cynical.
He has to be so annoying about it. Like he's got to just say 2 syllables is all he has to do. Evan.
Solvia.
And he wants to make it like 19. I don't get it.
I'm just Blue 333.
I'll do what I like.
You go by Kimber or Blue. Hey you. Hi.
I prolong my introductions. You know, that's what I do in real life too. I say, "Greetings, everybody. My name is Evan, and I was born in the town of." I happen to be 21 years old. Are you
gonna dox yourself?
My name is Evan, and I was in the.
My social security number. Did you say
my surname? You'll have to cut that out. I don't want my surname on the
Yes, I said I'm cutting all this out.
Oh.
Maybe if you listened to me, you wouldn't have to say it, because I don't want to dox you like you want to dox yourself.
Why am I bouncing? Is this like?
You're just bouncing. You bouncing on that thing.
All
right. Anyways, hey, we have a podcast to do, actually.
It's been a hot minute, everybody. We're sorry.
It's been such a hot minute. So
it's been too hot minute. We've had to be on our best behavior. We've had guests like the last 3 episodes, so we got to get all this out of us,
Yeah, it's been a while since it's not only just been us, but it's been a while since we've recorded a podcast episode, because I've had surgery recently, and that has delayed a lot of things. And because of that,
Evan moved. Mm-hmm.
Evan
moved.
Yeah, and Evan moved. And Blue died and came back to life.
I did, actually twice. It was really exciting.
Yeah.
So, I'm surviving.
So yeah, we had a lot of things going on all at once. But yeah. It's been a minute.
In the previous episode. But this is the first, well, technically last episode was the first one I recorded in my new house. This is the first one where it's just been the 3 of us. Where I've been recording in my new room. So yeah, it's been quite the last few months, I gotta say. There's been a lot of things happening.
This one's been the casual crew.
Yes, I should have put on my casual outfit.
I had a dream, by the way, of we each did a podcast episode with none of the other 2 hosts in it. Like, I had a dream where I was doing a podcast episode with Amanda, Buddy, and BB, and it was chaotic as hell. And then Evan was doing an episode with Ali and Gustav. And you were doing an episode with Ren and Ilari. And in your episode, you guys were just praising each other the entire time.
That sounds very girlish. So yeah. Could you add Telly into mine too? I'd like Telly.
I don't know. That was my dream. So
you can sit right here, Telly.
Telly can sit right there in between all 3 women.
Yes.
Because of course, when
it's right where he belongs.
When it's all 3 women, they all get to share the couch, obviously.
Yeah. Can you do? I don't think you do. Let me see. Does this work? Oh yeah. You can lay on the couch.
You can lay on the couch. You should stay like that the entire episode.
There you go. Let me try right here.
Yeah, so they can't see you on the camera. Okay.
There you go. I was gonna lay under Evan, but his ass was too big, so sorry.
Yeah.
Minecraft's like, we're not that strong.
We're not that strong.
This is not a real plank woman.
So yeah, anyways, Evan, you've moved.
Hey. Yeah, Evan.
I moved.
I know we couldn't go in much talk about it in Magic's episode, but you want to talk about the movement process and everything? Did you paint your walls? Did you find a very hot woman while painting?
There's a lot of
Up
there's a
on
lot
the
of
wall?
layers to that.
Yeah, on the wall. Did you find the woman who was hiding in your walls?
Did you knock and find the hollow spot and a woman pop out like a cake? That'd be awesome.
Yes, exactly that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the moving process was actually pretty fast. So we've known about this. We knew we had this house for a very long time, about like a month and a half, 2 months at that point. And so the day finally came that we got the keys, and then it was very, very quick from that point. Within a week of getting the keys, we had already moved in. So we couldn't move in the same week we got the keys because we got the keys at the end of the week. And so even though our house isn't that far away, it's far enough away that it justified getting a moving van. And although I know in America generally you order your own moving vans and you move them yourself. Here it's a lot more common that you actually hire like a company to move things for you, basically. Just men with a van who just put things into their moving van and they just bring it over for you, and then they just place all the heavy shit where it needs to go, and then any boxes that they have in there, they just give it to you, and then you do the rest. So basically, how it went
it's just
is
expensive, so people can afford it. Is all.
Yeah, here it's
We do
I
actually
just
have it.
offer all my friends free lunch if they help me move.
Yeah, literally, you rent a U-Haul, you offer beer at the end, sub sandwiches, McDonald's,
Something
and
like that.
pizza. I'm sorry, go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, so
Back to British
basically, so when we got the keys, we immediately painted my room, and we just made it look all sort of like fancy because it had like wallpaper missing and stuff. Like it was just really out of shape.
Did
So
you
we
do
got
blue with
walls
white
painted.
fluffy clouds?
Yeah.
No, what
my
color
room,
did you do?
we also got just white, literally just white. I'm considering.
It's actually the
like,
most Evan
getting-
thing ever.
No, I feel
Yeah,
like
I was
Evan would have
considering-
been like a light gray, honestly.
Oh, gray is slaps. That's a great color for walls.
I'm considering getting like painting some areas of my room like black
Like
or gray, something like
accents?
that. But maybe, yeah. But just for the initial moving in process, we decided to just paint the entire house effectively just white, and the kitchen's like a nice sort of bluish gray. So my room, because my room is the biggest room in the house, and the entire upstairs is basically my room, we basically used it as a makeshift storage room. So when we moved everything, every bit of furniture got placed into my room. So for a full week, my room was basically just a big storage room for everything.
Mhm.
And so what we did is we painted the downstairs, we got everything set up in the kitchen, we had new carpets fitted. We paid a fair amount of money to do that because we wanted to make the house just really feel like ours, and that was a really good way of doing it. So the downstairs is all wooden flooring that we got installed, and then the only carpet in the house is literally just the stairs going into my room and then my room, and then everything else in the house is wooden flooring, and it's so nice to live in a house where you've got that. In every house we've lived in previously, every room in the house, barring the bathroom and the kitchen, has all been carpet, and that's fine, but it means if you spill something, it's pretty
Wait,
fucking
even
bad.
in the
So-
bathroom?
no, not in the bathroom, barring
Oh.
the bathroom, I said,
Okay.
with exception to. So it's really nice to live in a house where like we don't have to worry about spillages. It's a really, really nice floor, very bespoke. And then we just sort of spent time personalizing it. So once the flooring was done, we moved everything downstairs, and that was a bit of a difficult process. But we got everything moved downstairs, my mother's bed, wardrobe for her room, sofa, everything in between. And so then I started personalizing. What the hell was that?
That
Sorry.
was Blue Siri. I started
I was
laughing
checking the
at it.
time. I'm sorry.
Good job.
I'm listening. I'm sorry. Evan.
And then after that, I basically bought myself a new desk, new standing desk. I got a smaller one
Yes,
than the one
very
I
excited.
had before. My old desk is still at Grandma's house.
For now.
I treated myself to a very expensive monitor. It's a 4K 240 hertz monitor. It's like a big 32-inch. I bought
Waste
a
of money.
desk shelf.
Sorry.
Yeah. I bought a desk shelf, which was something I always wanted to have on my desk, and so I basically have like a monitor stand that like the actual monitor is like hovering over, and then the desk shelf fits underneath it, and that added some real character. And then I got a new bed. I downgraded from a double bed to a single. which I thought was necessary, just given the sort of way I wanted to have my room nice and wide and open. And so, yeah, and then it's kind of it. Like, then the rest is just that more boring moving stuff. So I've been in here now for about 3 weeks, and I've definitely really settled in now. It was quite hard adjusting from living with my grandmother to no longer living with her. And even my grandmother said she actually really missed having me in the house. It felt
Yeah.
very empty without me for a long time.
My
Um,
grandmother felt the same way when I moved out of her house because I lived with her through like my college years, and then I
remember
moved
that.
out. Yeah, I met you during that time, and
Yep, and I
she
remember
told
she made
me.
spaghetti.
hmm And she told me that like after I moved out, she realized how lonely she was, and so that sparked her to move closer to my dad. So
And
that
she
way
got a cat. Mhm.
no, she didn't get a cat. No,
Oh.
but yeah. So grandmothers sometimes just feel lonely. Go and see your grandmothers, everyone. See your grandparents. They miss you.
absolutely.
Mine are in the ground, but yeah.
Me and
Go see
grandma have
them.
a very we
Okay.
have a very like good relationship.
Off
my
to
grandmother
Georgia I
and I.
go.
You visit.
We're
Go,
very close.
yeah. Even if they're dead, go visit their grave and just remember the good times with them sometimes. Or if
Oh,
you
I
have them in
remember
a vase.
my grandma, my grandma is like one of my favorite people in the whole world. And I talk about her almost daily and I think about her daily. And I have a tattoo for her and
True.
I have 2 tattoos for her actually. And so yeah, I might not be able to visit her because she's 2,500 miles away in the ground, but she's very much a big part of my life still. So.
I agree entirely. It does make me sad though, because I'm very close with my dad's side grandma. But even though I do love my mom's side grandma and grandpa, and they're both still alive and are both very healthy, I don't get to see them that often. And it's really on me for not making the time to go and see them, which I really wish I did.
Sometimes you don't realize it until it's too late and you look
Yeah.
at all these missed opportunities. And I even had that a little bit with my mom when she was sick towards the end. It's like you can't get time back. You just cannot get time back. And I remember even telling Evan that when his grandma was, diagnosed with a health problem, like spend every second you can because you don't want 10 years from now to be like, man, I wish I hadn't have gone out and done that when I could have spent more time with her. Like
Mhm.
it's one of the worst feelings of regret and guilt you can have is after someone passes. So yeah. Sorry, not to like put a damper on it, Evan. Talk about your grandma again. I'm
No.
sorry.
No, it's all good. It's important. Excuse me. It's really important. Her and I have always had a very close relationship. I think that the absence of having a father around growing up actually opened a massive window for my grandmother to sort of be in my life. And I think that I don't think that we would have had the same relationship had I had a more present father, or not even a more present father, a father, um, because it would have been spent with him, which would have been nice. But I think that my grandmother kind of filled that gap. Always went over to her house. We were always spending time together. If mum had work or she was just away for the day, we'd always find ways of just doing things together. And so it really meant that it was very easy for us to kind of move in together. Well, me move in with her at her house and spend time with her. We kept to ourselves quite a lot. We didn't spend too much time together, like in the house. But I think that that's because we both kind of like our own space. So it was more like we were roommates rather than it's like grandson moving in with grandmother. But we just really bonded, and it was just a really nice experience. And she was very accommodating. And my grandmother has her own quirks, and she like sings her way. So it was. I really made a point to tell her like, as hard as it would have been for me to move in with you, it would have been incredibly hard for you to have me move in. And so yeah, she did it really well, and she was very gracious and very very hospitable to me.
That's
So I'll
really
always be
nice.
very grateful for the experience. I was there for 3 months. Like when I actually counted how long I was there for 3 months until I moved out, which is insane.
It's a long
But it was
time, but it's
worth it.
also a short time. Yeah.
Exactly. Um,
Wait, you were only there for
yeah,
3
it was
months?
3 months. Yeah,
It feels a lot longer than that.
yeah. It's been a really strange few months in terms of how the time has gone.
Hmm.
Waiting to move in, it was the longest 3 months of my life. It was definitely shorter from living with grandma and just the way we sort of interacted, but yeah, it was a very very long time. Every day, not knowing when you're going to get the keys, when you're going to get the phone call saying the house is ready. Like they were always doing work on it. Like you could see builders like doing work on it and like doing things to it. But yeah, not having a time frame really messed with my head. And it made it very, very stressful.
Hmm.
But yeah, in the end, it came to fruition. Kind of planning on doing some work on the garden at some point. Me and my mother have a couple of ideas. I'm going to be doing something of my own in the garden. I'm planning on doing a bit of a, I call it a bit of a rockery. So I'm going to get some
Flower
large
garden or
rock.
vegetables?
No, I think it's more of a flower garden. But I'm thinking of adding what I'm going to call a rockery, which will be like I'm going to make like a big stone pile, and I'm going to have some water coming out of it.
Oh,
So I've got like a little corner of the garden.
We call like a rock fountain?
yeah.
Like a rock fountain?
Kind of.
We call those rock fountains.
Exactly. Yeah. A rock fountain of sorts.
That's
so
cool.
gonna have like a little project to work on there. Doing a couple other things to my room to personalize it, but honestly, I haven't done much with this room. Right now it literally is just bed, desk, and shelves. I haven't even like unpacked all my apple juice yet, if that tells you. I've just kind of been settling in and just using the room as a function. And in my own time, I'm going to kind of add more to it and personalize it more. But for now, I'm just settling in. Most recently, I got some new blinds installed. I got some blinds installed a few days ago. They're like completely black ones, and they look really good. They're Venetian ones. So yeah, exciting stuff with Evan.
That's nice. For my curtain, I just have a black sheet in front of it because I was like, nah, don't want to see the outside world ever. That does actually get. I got a question for both of you. What colors were your like childhood and teenage rooms? Was like you always have white, Evan, and what colors were your blue?
So when I was little, my room was like a really light blue green color as a little kid. It was the first room I remember. And after that one, I had a blue room, like a basic blue, like if you think of the color blue. And then when I was like a teenager, I painted it. I wanted a two-tone room because that was like popular at the time. And I was already very artistic at the time, so my dad was like, okay, you can do a design. And so like I did like zigzags, like lightning streaks kind of through the room.
Mhm.
And it was like a purple and black, and the purple wasn't purple. The purple is like I went to the paint guy and I was like, a storm cloud, like like purple gray. It's like a purple gray and then like a lighter gray. So basically a two-tone gray room, but the gray, the main part was like almost like like, again, if you were to look up at a storm cloud, like a dark gray, purple bluish color. It was really cool.
I can already imagine how much painter's tape you went through.
A shit ton. I was all into the blue tape. I was like, bloop, 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 put it everywhere. It was really fun. And since then, bedrooms have been right now mine, because I'm just too lazy to paint. It's just the color that came with the house. And that is just like a white, but yeah, that's boring. But like, it's one of those things they keep saying I need to do this, but
yeah, but once you put furniture in a room, it's like very hard to justify moving it all out just to paint again.
Well, and the cost for me too, it's like, then you gotta, because you can't just really paint one room. For me, it'd be like, I'd want to paint, because I really want to do, if I could do it any color right now, it'd be gray. I would paint gray. I want my house to be like a light gray with like gray trim, like very clean. That's actually how I picture Evan's room too, is very clean, white, gray, black, like, but adding cottage blue, because I love cottage blue. It's like a blue gray. And that's like that one day, because I live by the beach, so it's like a beach, kind of like have this beach house kind of like cottage gray kind of cutesy look with the white. But yeah, so anyway, but what about you, Evan?
So growing up, I had a few different colors. So in the earliest room I can remember, and this wasn't the first house we lived in, this is just the earliest one that I can remember, and this was it would have been my previous house, but it's not actually. It's now my one before my last one. It was actually a blue room. It was actually just very basic navy blue. My room was very small, and so it wasn't like didn't get much light in it because the window was very small, and I always had the curtains closed, I should say. But yeah, it was a blue room, and then we moved into the house that I used to live in, and this is where it gets more interesting because I actually lived in 2 rooms across the time I was there. So in the first room I lived in, once again my room was dark blue. I basically moved from a dark blue room to a dark blue room. It was originally a pink room, but we painted it, and the wall had like a really weird, like wallpapery texture, a very old-fashioned one. Like it was, it's hard to describe it. It wasn't a flat wall, basically. It was very lumpy and bumpy, and it was like a textured wall, basically. So we painted over that. We painted that blue, because I was being homeschooled at the time. So the second room, the second bedroom, the biggest one in the house, was actually being used as sort of a makeshift classroom. However, when I switched to online education, the room was no longer being used as a classroom. So I moved into that room, and that room was already white. And so we just didn't bother repainting it. So I moved into a white room. And so that's where I spent 6 years. I lived in there for 6 years in a white room. Well, 7 actually. 7 years, apologies. 7 years I was in that room. And yeah, then I moved into this house and it was white. So yeah, basically it was just blue, blue, white, white. And I honestly, I really like white. Yeah, very basic.
White's very clean. I like white now as an adult.
It's very clean, and honestly, I feel like it kind of accentuates other features of your room. I feel like sometimes if you have like a colored room, a lot of things can kind of blend in with it. When you got a white room, the things that you want to stand out will stand out because they've got a basic background almost. But I'm also just a very simple person. I don't need colors. I'm a very, very minimalistic person. So white and black.
Minimalistic
really
4K monitor, 32 inches.
That's different.
That's different.
I'm over here, Goodwill, and for Christmas.
It is actually. Yeah. It actually is minimalist because I used to have 3 monitors for a spell. And I thought, why not just get one nice, really nice big monitor and then just use a smaller second monitor for Discord? And that's what I did.
Mm.
So, you know.
I could never go back to one monitor.
That sounds like girl math if you ask. That sounds like girl math.
Don't ever use
that. Sounds like what. That sounds like something I would say to justify something that I just really want.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, I personally like, I did have the 3 monitors, but I just really was not using that third. Well, I use
all 3. I'm using all 3 right now. I can't imagine not having 3.
But it wasn't really that practical for me. So I thought, well, what? And then when I moved to my grandmother's house, I thought, well, it doesn't really make sense to bring all my monitors. So I'll just bring 2. Then I thought, ooh, I'm at my grandmother's house. Let me try a vertical monitor experience exclusively for Discord. Ended up loving it. And I thought, right, when I move into the new house, I'm just going to buy a nice big monitor for media and for gaming. And then I'll just use the second monitor for Discord and just have it in vertical. So I kind of did minimalize in a weird roundabout way. But yes, it is kind of girl mathy, isn't it?
Thank you. Yes. Welcome to girl math.
I tried vertical monitor before, but then I realized I used it the same exact way that I would if it was just horizontal. Because the way I use my monitor is like my game on my main screen, and then I either have half my monitor dedicated to Discord and half my monitor dedicated to my web browser. Right now it's dedicated to OBS while we're recording this. But I think I can always go back to 2 monitors. Like a third monitor would not impact me all that much, in all honesty. But like going back to 1 monitor, that'd be so difficult for me. Like borderline impossible.
When I'm on my laptop, I'm like, I'm so lost. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I'm so lost. I'm like, I don't. Where is everything? Like, oh, wait, Discord is minimized. What? Like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. I could do 2 though. I'm like you. I could do 2. I could lose one of them, but I can't lose both. I can't lose 2 of them. I have to have at least 2.
Yeah. Anyways, my childhood room.
Yes, your turn. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna ask you.
So I don't remember like my early childhood room. However, I had 2 rooms, one at my dad's, one at my mom's. And at my dad's house, it was a deep dark blue. It still is to this day because they still live in the same house. And it's so ugly. I don't know what I was thinking as a kid, painting that a deep dark blue all around, because it's also not a flat wall. It's a textured wall where like it feels like how like ceilings are, like have those divots and everything in them all the time. It's the same thing with the walls in that room. Like it's a bumpy wall, if I could describe it. So that it didn't look that good, and plus there's just a bunch of white spots because as a kid I would just start picking at the wall to get the bumps off while I was like asleep or something, and so there's just a bunch of white spots in a dark blue room. It did not look good. My mom's place room, on the other hand, that was right as my Minecraft addiction started happening, so it's as green as grass blocks.
Oh, wow. A creeper green?
No. Green as like the jungle
Literally?
leaves. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's green all around. I even had my mom get me a little Minecraft light switch. So like my light switch to my closet was a Minecraft themed light switch because I was very, very heavy into Minecraft back then. Still am and heavily into Minecraft, but back then I was like obsessed. So, yeah, those were both of my rooms growing up. There was another house that we lived in, but I don't remember.
Okay, but let's say if you could paint it right now, money wasn't an issue. You could have someone do it for you if you needed.
In
what
my
would you
current
do?
room?
Yeah, like money's an issue. You can do whatever you want.
I mean,
and you don't have to be the one to do it. You could hire someone. Like, literally tell me what you would like.
My current room, because right now it's just a beige, and I don't like painting apartments. Anyway,
if I were to live in non-apartment.
If I were to live in a non-apartment, I think I'd probably go with a dark gray on 2 walls, light gray on 2 walls. Like it would be different. It'd be differentiating between on which 2 horizontal walls they are. That would be probably the style I go with. However, I feel at this point, if I were to ever move in a house, it would definitely be with a partner. So it'd probably be whatever they would choose. I am very lenient. So, but yeah,
I'm really into gray lately. I love gray.
Gray is just a good neutral color for walls. Like it doesn't, it's not as boring as white is. No offense, Evan, but it's also not as like dark enough to where it just feels like, oh, so you just want us to see the endless abyss in your walls. I don't like dark colors for walls unless if it's complemented by a light color.
Yeah, like a contrast kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Contrast. Anyway, speaking about contrast, let's contrast this conversation to talk about the shitty upload schedule we've been having recently with this.
So we've changed weeks, everybody. We're now, as we call it, on Fortnite Friday weeks, and that means nothing to you, but it means a lot to us. So that's all.
It means
you don't really have to
her and 3 other people. But
no, just that it is that day. Like we're not Marvel Rival Week anymore. We're now Fortnite Friday week. If you're used to being it on this Friday, now it's on this Friday.
But also, you probably wonder why we went an entire month without uploading a podcast. That's all on me. That is because of surgery again. And I do want to talk about my surgery because I am tired of people asking me what's going on. So I'd rather just have an entire podcast episode to be like, just go to this timestamp in this video and find out.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm gonna
tell us, Avi, talk about your surgery.
I will gladly talk about our surgery, my surgery.
It's ours now.
Yeah,
our surgery.
We shared the surgery together.
Here, you need a drink.
Thank you. I do need a drink. I shoved it up my butt already. I had surgery on my foot, and what I had was a condition called tarsal coalition, and it was in the middle facet. Very fancy words that in basic essence means that a bone in my ankle area was not behave like it was slightly broken, and it shouldn't be broken. So like, from how the doctor explained it, the ankle or the joint there likes either no motion whatsoever or full motion. If you give it partial motion, it hurts like hell. So what they did is they put me in surgery to fuse my bone together. So my bone in that joint is basically fused together now. I have a couple screws in my feet now. And yeah, it was a pretty quick surgery.
Got screwed.
I did get screwed.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a very quick surgery, by the way. It was like only 90 minutes, and I was like out the entire time. So I didn't know, but as soon as I woke up, I was like, how long have I been asleep since I've been out of surgery? And they were like, probably like 30 minutes. And I was like, damn, that was a very fast surgery. I also remember the last thing I remember saying before going under anesthesia was saying to the anesthesia doctor that, hey, I don't think this mask is on correctly. And so they fixed it, and then I instantly go to sleep. Yeah. But yeah, so I've been recovering since then. It's about, this is my 5th week into my recovery. Next week, I will finally be able to start doing partial weight bearing on my foot. So I'll be able to like use crutches and walk on my foot a little bit and stuff like that. So that will be very, very nice and very helpful. But these past like 6 weeks, I have not been able to like walk on my foot whatsoever. And it's been very painful, especially the first couple weeks. So that so painful. In fact, I wasn't able to sit at my computer without squealing in pain. Even somewhat now, if I'm on my computer for too long, my foot starts getting agitated and I'm like, well, I have to go back to my bed now. So, but we're getting there, and soon my foot will be finally healed and it will be very, very, very nice. I've been on disability for so long now that I want this over.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just get back to life.
Mm-hmm. And get back to a consistent upload schedule. Whoop, whoop.
Yay!
So yes,
It is possible.
I really wish I had asked you to make a YouTube community post and say, hey guys, sorry, there will be no Skader Things this week during the week that we skipped, or the month that we skipped, just so that way people were like not confused. But I forgot to ask.
1 week though. I don't think we missed a whole month.
Yeah, we
I
did, because we do it every 2 weeks, and if we miss one, that's 4 weeks missed, or a 4-week gap.
Yeah, because it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so
it's just one episode. You guys are fine.
Yeah, there's
All
millions of other videos on. There's millions of
you.
videos on YouTube. I'm sure that not having the Minecraft podcast is going to hurt them that badly.
Yeah, Ali, Rin, Jargon, maybe. I don't know. Dusty, hey you.
Anyways, Blue, how about you share some personal details?
Evan's friend. Evan has a friend that listens, right, Evan?
Yes, I do.
Maddie?
Is it? Hey, Maddie. Hey, what's up, Maddie?
Yeah, that's the one.
What's up with me? I don't even know. I feel like I've been in a blur. Like this summer's been. I'll focus on the positives. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, I've been hiking a lot. Been out on the trails basically any chance I get that are down at the beach, and been climbing some trees, which is rad. Sitting in some trees. Been posting some pics of that. Yeah, I've in May was like my 1 year fitness anniversary. I don't know what you call it. So when I really kind of had this, a year ago May, I was just really not great. Just mentally, physically. I'd been really sick, as you guys know, for like a while, and had cancer, and just never really, it was just really struggling to bounce back. You know what I mean? Just really be myself again. And, and then mentally, just, all these stressors were happening, and I just really hit a real bad spot. And I kind of was like, girl, we're going to go one of two ways, and there's really no more going down. So this is it. Pick your shit up, pick yourself up, get your ass going. And around that time I had started dabbing in getting back into working out and stuff, like maybe a couple months before this. but I was still like eating whatever I wanted. And it was that whole like, oh, I exercised today, I can eat whatever I want for dinner. I was playing that game. Do you guys know that game?
Yes,
Where
I
you
know
work
that
out
game.
for 20 minutes and then eat like a pig.
Work
Okay.
out for 60 minutes, goes to Texas Roadhouse afterwards. Yeah, I know the game.
Yeah, exactly. So I was playing that game, and clearly I wasn't losing anything. And I went around this time. I met my friend Mark. Hey, Mark, if you're listening, still, I don't know if you still listen to these. And we were talking about fitness. We were talking about different things, and I was just like, oh my god, like he got me really inspired to like start hiking again, and just to kind of to take my workouts more serious. We both were in a I eat more keto, he doesn't, but we were both eating differently, I'll say. And so having that support, having like someone to like be your cheering person, but also share food logs at the end of the day, to accountability basically, but good accountability. And so that got me going. And so May last year I started on this journey, and since then I've lost a chunk of weight. I've built some muscle. My top of my abs even have definition. Woo, so exciting.
Damn, define
Just
those abs.
there it is right there. Just kidding. No, just kidding.
You gotta pay for the Patreon for that one, folks.
The one time Avi's like, wow, you can actually do that. I'll put that picture there now. But no, like working on myself, I take time in my day every day to do some reading. Yay, Lord of the Rings series and The Hobbit. I do, some guided meditation, not as much as I should be doing, but I have been doing that. Spending a lot of time outside by myself, like on the trails. I love that. I have a friend that's like, how can you be out there every day? How can you be out there like daily or a few times a week by yourself for a few hours at a time? And I'm like, how can you not be it's so amazing. It's quiet. It's like I step my foot onto the trails, which literally starts from my backyard, which is rad too. And I don't, it's like everything goes away. Skade, love you guys, but you go away for a little bit, work goes away for a little bit. Everything goes away. And I feel so good. It's like putting me on a remote charger, literally. Like I can feel myself. I feel my battery recharging. I hug trees. I climb up in a tree. I sing out loud. Like I skip, I run. I love it. I'm so happy out there. And so, yeah, so my last few months have been spending a lot of time outside. I'm either working, I'm on Skade doing Skade stuff, or I'm in a tree, like, or I'm with a friend or something. But like most of the time, I'm just by myself and
In the tree.
and I love it. In the tree, and I'm learning. And actually, here you can put this picture. Hi,
No.
there I am. Yeah, that's me in
No,
a tree.
sorry.
Wait,
that one you
right.
also have to pay
There
for
it
the Patreon for. You gotta pay the Patreon for
We'll
both
give you a
Blue in a tree and Blue's abs, okay? I'm sorry.
Wait, there's the blurred out one. There you go. Now
we blurred it out.
subscribe.
Okay, this one you can see without the Patreon.
Our Patreon is skadegaming.com. No, I'm just kidding.
One day we'll
but
have a Patreon podcast thing.
A podcast episode one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
It'll be super inappropriate.
Oh, like how much further could we go? Jesus.
Well, I mean, first off, Evan started calling alcohol apple juice, so we can probably start calling it alcohol on the Patreon.
That's true.
We are going to talk about our.
I love apple juice.
We're going to talk about our
Oh my god, Bobby, that.
We're going to talk about that.
Patreon. Yeah, you guys, it's very
on the
exciting.
Patreon. You probably wonder what I said, what I bleeped right there. You got to find out on the Patreon.
For $1, just $1.
In actuality, though, the Patreon has like 2 posts on it for the last 4 years. Don't actually.
Yeah.
If you think that there's going to be content on the Patreon, don't.
That's not true. Evan, you're in charge of Patreon. Go fix it.
I think I'll refrain from that.
Okay.
BB is the one that's really the responsible one out of all of us. So yeah.
He is, but he's also the brattiest. So
that's true. Well, he's the gay. Oh, by the way, for those that don't know, BB did graduate from nursing school. Woot woot. And
Void.
passed. he passed his boards, and he is actually working as a registered nurse. So congrats to BB. Super stoked for you. And I think he's in a call right now. Is he still in a call? He's still in a call right now. He's still spending a ton of time on Skade. So
Yeah.
talk about time management balance. Evan, we need to take notes from BB.
Well, maybe if you stopped hugging trees so
I can't after I charge my battery. I'm old. You know, the older you get, the quicker your battery goes down.
Listen, you can survive off of 80% charge, okay, woman? You got to get in there, get into the trenches like BB is, okay?
It's
but
hard.
no, BB has been doing so much work recently. He actually started taking over for TCG data pack stuff, and he did all of that today. So, yeah, he's been a monster.
Yeah, he's good. BB is the one that you can say, "Hey, I need this," and he will do it. You say I need this to me, and I'm like,
he won't watch this, so
true. But you could, but like of me, if you're like, I need this, I'm like, yep. And then Evan and I'll start talking about something, and then we both forget. So yeah, yeah. We're not really
That's your guys' character's flaws.
We're the fun ones. We're like the fun parents. We're like the fun step parents that you get every other weekend that we give you lots of candy.
Okay, listen. The day that I consider Evan a parent is the day that I consider myself a 4-year-old again. So
But you are. Evan, hi dad. Congrats. You're a parent.
Please do not call someone younger than both of us dad. Please never do that.
Well, we're from Georgia, you know, our
just
tree kind of goes in a circle.
Does not mean that you have to call someone younger than you dad.
Oh, but look at Pedro. Wow. Pedro, daddy.
I'm believing so many things this episode.
And Pedro Pascal. Yum. I know, right?
Pedro, we're not hiding Pedro in the bush. We're not hiding Pedro in the bush this time. No. We're not doing that again.
He goes by daddy, and he's proud to go by daddy.
Okay, Pedro Pascal is different though. Pedro Pascal and Evan are very two separate people. And I am okay with calling Pedro Pascal daddy.
I'm looking at it side by side right now, and I don't see it. No, I don't see it.
I don't see the similarities. Why is he called dad?
Evan?
Yeah.
Hi.
Why are you daddy, Evan?
Because that's the position that Blue put me in.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you follow the woman's lead, huh?
Yeah.
Why are you as a man following a woman's lead?
He's a good man. That's why.
Because I'm a total I like it.
Beep. we are getting ready for our Patreon one for sure. Hey, can we talk a little Magic the Gathering? Do either of you guys play?
I do not play, but
Evan?
I know a little bit about it because my roommate plays.
Oh, Evan, do you play?
I used to play it. I don't play it currently. I didn't remember I barely understood the game when I was younger, and I.
Right. Well, that was a good talk. Okay, what else we got?
No. You can talk about it. You can talk about it.
No, it is.
I'm learning to play, guys. I swear.
You're playing.
I mean, with
No. Actually, I did see Nalari's cards though. I held her cards at her house. No, I'm learning to play. I have two friends that they are incredibly hyper focused on this right now. And they talk about it a lot. And so I, by default had to learn to play. Or not learn to play, but learn to want to play. And so I'm playing the Arena, which is the app. There's it's called I think it's just called Magic the Gathering Arena. Let me look. But it's actually it's kind of fun. I really enjoy. My favorite part of TCG is hands down is the strategy side. I love that. I love learning to know when to retreat, when to use what cards. The collection of the cards is really tingly to me for my ADHD side, but the strategy side and the memorizing the cards and learning how to play them and knowing how to set up my own decks is the autism side of me, and I fucking love it. Magic the Gathering is the autism side on because it's just it's just so rad having to, because instead of a few cards, you're talking 30 cards on a deck, and And of course 70s mana, and just it is so rad. It's so fun. And I kind of want to bring it up on Skade, but I already know we have some Magic the Gathering players on Skade, and I'm afraid if I start that, well, you know what'll happen. So
Well,
it'll
don't
be a
worry, they'll just watch the
wildfire.
podcast episode that we just titled.
Hi guys, you
We
guys
tricked
wanna
her into
get
playing Magic
together
the
a Magic
Gathering.
group?
Yeah.
You guys want to play Magic the Gathering with me?
I
don't even know how we would play it because it's such an
get into
in-person
learning it.
game. I've learned
But you
what
can play it online with
goldfishing
people.
is.
I
See,
played
Mark,
against
I
Tom with it
listen.
once.
Goldfishing.
When
Did
Tom
you?
was still around, when Tom was around, I played matches against him. I always lost them because I was shit at the game. and I
How? Do you
barely
just do
understood
it like with cams, or do you
You
play an
just play- you
online
just-
version?
No, you just play Magic the Gathering, like the one that you can get for PC.
Oh, okay. I'm talking the cards, like in real life cards.
Yeah, but you can
I
get,
didn't
yeah,
even
there's
know
a-
there was
you can
a.
get-
I mean, I'm assuming, of course,
called-
there's going to
it's
be
called-
a game, but
Yeah, it's called MTG Arena.
Mhm.
that's okay. That's what I told you. I'm just that's why I just said I'm playing right now. I'm playing
Yeah, you
Arena.
play- yeah,
It's on
yeah, you play
PC as
that.
well.
Okay, well,
it's
I
on-
can see
it's on TV,
skaters
you
having
play that.
fun with that, but like having the cards in my hand, I don't know. Abby, you play TCG like with actual cards, don't you?
Yeah, I
Or
play
have you ever?
Pokemon TCG, and everything you're saying is completely true. Like,
Yeah,
I
I just-
love the
I need- I
strategy
touch
aspect
them.
of it.
Yes, yay! Because that to me is the game, and also and this
Mhm.
is something me and my friend talk about is the research side. The autism in us tingles at the idea of spending 6 hours
Why do
researching
you
cards.
think I build
I
my
love it.
entire own TCG? Because I love TCGs. It is so fun. Anyone
Yep.
who's autistic would love a TCG. Whether it's
Yeah,
Magic,
literally.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Skade TCG, self promo there, you'll love
Yay,
it.
TCG.
Like
Yeah.
having that kind of like thought process and everything is just so much fun, and I
Yeah.
cannot recommend it enough to play any type of TCG. Listen, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon TCG Pocket because I don't like the babied 3 cards per bench instead of 5.
I love it.
But just play them. They are so much fun. And yes, I do
It's
know
fun.
that it's a timed commitment. I'm very slow at TCG. If you're
Oh, really?
playing a Pokemon TCG match against me, you're spending at least 25 minutes of me just thinking of what to do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hands down. So I can get why that people don't want to do it, but trust me, it's so fun. It's so fun.
I love it. And the research side of it is like
Mm-hmm.
it's so fun. My friend is
the
like
most fun for
super
me.
See, but that would be part of the research side.
Yeah.
Like that would be like my friend right now is building a new deck, and I kind of lost him for like 2 weeks because he's so hyper focused on it. Because every free second he has, he's looking at cards, and I love that because I'm like, haha, I get that. I'm
Mhm.
autistic too. Like this is what we do, and Magic the Gathering just seems like it would be such a fun like diving board thing to go, like to jump off into because. I kind of want something new to hyper fixate on, and I think it's gonna be Magic the Gathering.
I'm surprised
But I
that
wanted to get a
Magic the
feel for you
Gathering
guys.
got to you before Pokemon did.
What do you mean? You mean what I am? Oh, you're surprised it.
Like you never really played the physical version of Pokemon like you are playing with Magic the
I
Gathering.
don't have anyone to play with in real life. Like I don't know. I have friends that collect the cards. In fact, I have friends that stream. I've told you about. They
Yeah.
literally open boosters, but they don't play TCG. I don't know anyone in real life that plays TCG. Like actually plays the game. And I have a shit ton of cards. By the way, if anyone has extra, if anyone out there has extra Magic cards you don't need, you want to donate my way, please let me know because I'm a baby player. And these games are
My friend,
expensive.
I got something to share with you, Blue. So
Yeah.
my roommate and her boyfriend went up to Chicago recently, and they visited a friend. They were helping him move. He gave them 4 full boxes, and by boxes I mean like the kind of boxes that you would see printer paper in. So like how people like offices order like 4 stacks of printer paper and it comes
Yeah,
in
they're
like a
called
white
bank
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like
4
yeah,
giant boxes of those
Paper.
filled with Magic cards.
Oh my
And
god.
he just gave it to them. And they have still to this day, and that was like 4 months ago at this point, still out in my dining room, still have not gone through half of them to see what's all in them.
Wow.
She
Okay.
is blown away
So-
by that right now.
That's like Christmas. Oh my gosh. When my friend gets like 6 packs in the mail and they get cards in the mail
Yeah.
they order, they're like, it's Christmas. So I
Yeah,
can
my
only
roommate
imagine.
told me she's
Baker's
gonna
box is
force
full.
me to play Magic because of that. So
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're in for some fun. And she'll probably give you enough to make a deck, which is rad.
Oh yeah, she will.
Because that's my friends the same. My friends like I've literally thousands of cards, and yeah. To me though, it's the collecting is rad, of course, because we're autistic, we like to collect. But it's also the side of the research of learning the game, and then too, figuring out what goes best together. Do you want a quick, how quickly do you want your hand to come out? Because I'm learning that, the quicker you come out, you're
Are
more
you
weak.
more of a gimmick kind of person? Like you focus
Yeah.
on a certain gimmick a card can do and make your entire deck around that? Are you more of a
Right.
stall kind of person? I'm a very stally person when it comes to
See,
Pokemon TCG. I make it to where like all my Pokemon can
draw
heal
it
each
out.
other. So
Yeah, that's exactly. So yeah, exactly. I'm definitely more that side too. So I'm excited about this new adventure I'm about to leap into, and probably become, it's kind of like Pokemon. I told you guys I refused to play Pokemon Go for years and years. I was like, hell no, would I play that game? And it's not because I didn't have an interest, it's because I knew I would hyperfixate and it would consume me. And for 3 years, literally, it's basically all I played. And 2.5 years into it, I got level 50, and now I'm so bored with it because I did everything. I still play every day. I still play every single day, but I don't play like I used to play because I hit the end and I'm like, well, now what? I'm very much a if it's a game that has levels, if I hit the top, I need more or I'm done. And that's kind of where I got with Pogo. But something like this could hold my attention for a very long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I
this
know
is
what
going
you
to be
mean.
one of those things that you guys watch me go from I'll never play Pokemon to it became my life, and that was more of a short-term thing. So you're about to see Blue the Magic.
If I could recommend something to you, Blue,
Yes.
if you are going to get into Magic, you should talk to Lord. Because Lord and Ilari legit one day when we were having a group call together had literally most of that time was them talking about their Magic cards to each other.
Wow.
And like Lord was talking about how he used to play in like tournaments and stuff like that, like when he was younger. So
Yeah.
I'm sure he would be very interested in talking to you about that stuff.
Oh, awesome. Lord, if you're listening, yeah, we're going to talk because I'm doing it. I'm like I said, I already took the first steps by starting to play Arena so that I could learn the game and learn the cards
Or
and
maybe
learn
it
how
was
this
Nalari
works.
who did tournaments when they were younger. I forgot.
It might have been Nalari. I was at her place and she literally has binders and binders like of cards. I was looking through them like, this is so rad. Like,
Yeah,
and
she
I was
showed
getting
us.
I got that tingly, like, ooh, I feel a new hyperfixation starting, So
Well, I'm glad that
yeah.
you're getting a hyperfixation that isn't something that I love, because you started being hyperfixated on Pokemon, and for like an entire year, you would ask me questions that I just wouldn't know because I don't play Pokemon Go, acting like I would know the answer to those questions every single
Yeah.
time. And then luckily at some point you started realizing that, okay, if it's Pokemon Go specifically, I probably should not ask Abby that question. I don't know what it took, but you did eventually. So
Enough being told no. Yeah.
yeah. And then you even started playing the actual
Enough
games and you
heartbreak.
never asked me about those.
I do play. But here's the thing. I don't know what I'm doing in Violet, and I just drive around on my little Pokemon and collect Pokemons, and I've never been to school. I went to school, the day you opened the game for the first time, and the first minute I got out of the school, like I've never been back. So I know Supa really wants to like sit down and teach me how to play, but I don't think Supa understands my ADHD side of, I really don't care. I just want to complete my Pokédex. That's really, I've already beat the gyms. It's not a gym issue. It's a, I just want to get my Pokédex filled, but my ADHD is so bad right now. I can't
Supa
focus.
and me have very different philosophies when it comes to video games. That I have the idea of like, no matter what game it is, once you own it, you can play it however you like. Granted the fact that if it is an online game and you're giving yourself an unfair advantage, like if you're hacking in Marvel Rivals, that's not good. But as soon as you own a game, you get to be able to play that game however you'd like. If you want to do exactly what you're doing in Pokemon, go ahead. I know I gave you Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I told you there was like a bathing feature where you could clean off your Pokemon and stuff like that. I think you tried it like once and you're like, oh, this is actually pretty fun. Like, say for example, there's this other game that I recently bought during the Steam sale called Tower Wizard, which is literally just a clicker game that you're trying to break, like build an incredibly big country and stuff like that, whatever. And I took like 17 hours to complete the game. Everyone else, including Nilari, took only 5 hours to complete the game. And I'm just like, wow, okay, I did something wrong, but you know what? I enjoyed my time. So it doesn't matter if I did something wrong to play the game, because at the end of the day, I enjoyed it the way that I wanted to enjoy it because I owned the game.
Yeah, no, I get that. Anyway,
so that's why if you're European, please sign the Stop Killing Games initiative. Thank you.
Good times. Yeah.
Have you did your due diligence, Evan, and signed that petition for the UK?
Of course I did.
Good job. This is why we keep you around.
You're welcome. I used a VPN and signed it. You're welcome.
Don't do that.
I was very disappointed.
I did not use the VPN and I did not sign it. You're welcome.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I never would do that. I only use my VPN to go watch Eurovision. Thank you.
I will say, as somebody who I haven't followed it closely, but I must say it was very disheartening to see it sort of become the target of a smear campaign from somebody who I actually used to really enjoy watching. I used to love watching Pirate Software's Twitch streams. Not all of his. I thought his shorts were sometimes funny. I thought his shorts were brilliant. I thought he was very educational. But honestly, like over the last year, even before the Stop Killing Games initiative, I kind of realized actually this guy is just really good at selling himself. He's not actually as talented as he makes out, and a lot of the stuff he says has a lot of holes in it. And then you kind of then I kind of learned about how narcissistic he was with that whole World of Warcraft drama he was in. But I thought, nah, it's nothing. It is what it is. And then this whole Stop Killing Games stuff came out, and it's like, wow. And then after he got exposed for lying about the campaign, he then didn't just double down, he tripled down. Like somebody once even said on Twitter, like this guy was so insistent. He didn't just die on the hill. He's literally as a fucking ghost still haunting the hill, insisting he's right. And it's just like, dude, just admit you were wrong. So it was really disheartening to see that the Stop Killing Games initiative was potentially damaged. In the end, I actually think it was definitely damaged, but I think in the end it became more popular because the drama surrounding him was so big. It made more people sign it in retaliation, which is a really good thing. I'm waiting for him to say one day, dude, you actually realize that I made that campaign popular because I purposely smeared it just so I knew it would get more traction.
It does make me upset though that it took so long, because the first video that started bringing attention to it was Charlie's video, Moist Criticals, and I know you don't watch Moist Critical.
Yeah. No, I know. I've watched some of his videos.
But okay. Well, that's surprising because you used to tell me you didn't like watching his videos. Whatever. We'll go back to that after this. He talked about how he's known about this initiative for a while and everything, and that he never made a video on it, and he regretted that. I feel like a big part of this is just because of the fact that the guy made the video debunking everything about that Pyro Software said about Stop Killing Games. And that finally kickstarted the YouTube crew to be like, okay, we should probably start backing this thing because this is all stuff that we also agree with very heavily. But it just upsets to me that it took them so long to do it just because some stupid someone was talking bad about it, and it took the owner saying hey, he is bad mouthing us to finally start talking about this initiative. So it does upset me a little bit. I know he said he talked about it on streams, but there's a big difference in viewership between his live streams and his videos that get 1 million views, whatever he talks about for whatever. Bleeping that out one too. But yeah, if you for some reason haven't, please sign Stop Killing Games initiative in Europe and the UK. More signatures, the better. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you. But don't use a VPN.
Yes, please don't do that. You might hurt the efforts instead of helping them.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah. So anyways, you gotta click on fuck.
You want to cook what? What are we cooking?
Anyways, y'all come here often.
Every other Tuesday, sometimes on Wednesdays. Evan's off today. It was a really nice surprise.
I am off today, yeah. I've been doing a lot of extra shifts, so I was given the day off today. I went to my workplace earlier to buy something, and everyone on the headset was like, Evan's here. And then, and so then my, one of them, like my boss said on the headset that she really wants to see me, like she really needs to see me and to go to the warehouse. So I was like, okay. And so I went in, and so she's like, right, so your first job today will be, and I'm like, huh? And she's like, have you not got your work uniform? I said, no. And she said, are you not in work? I said, I'm not at work today. Like, I'm not scheduled in today. She's like, oh my God, I forgot. Because everybody on the headset said I was in, so she just assumed they were all telling her I had arrived for work. So yeah,
that's
she was,
funny.
very thrown. Yeah, yeah. But it would have been funny if I just started doing it. Like, okay, sure. What do you need me to do?
You're like, I'm getting overtime, right? Because I'm not scheduled.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
There was one day, I'm not even lying. There was one day where I was so bored out of my mind, and I was going through some stuff that I actually went to work, and I actually worked for 3 hours, like without any pay, just because I wanted something to do to pass the time.
Aw.
Yeah,
You
pretty
can come over to my
sad.
house and
You
clean
made
if
sure
you want.
that they like noted that so that way they don't, get in trouble for having you work unscheduled hours. Was that not a thing in the UK?
I don't know if that's a thing in the UK. I just sort of did it at my own discretion, and there was no like. It was just kind of a. It was sort of a, sort of a nod and like, okay.
They're like,
Sure,
oh,
knock
whatever.
yourself out.
Dude's here working. Get to work.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Pretty
if you did that here in the US, you'd be fired probably very soon after, because they're like, dude, you can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually a very big issue if you work unpaid here in the US.
Well,
So-
because the
Yeah, but I did
employers
it.
could get in, the employers themselves could get in so much trouble. Like they won't chance it, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We gotta cut the whole thing.
No, I'm just gonna put a giant censor over the entire thing. He's so much more funnier. This entire episode, I'm gonna dread having to put
It's gonna be
censors
called
everywhere.
like it's gonna be called 82 beeps, 82 bleeps.
Okay,
That's funny.
the censored
Around
episode.
the podcast in 80.
The censored
in 80
episode.
bleeps. Around the podcast in 80 bleeps.
Mhm.
Laugh at my Shakespeare. Joke.
No,
Ooh.
Blue did.
I did.
Mhm.
It's me. Hi. I laughed at it.
She would.
It's funny.
Really.
I get.
I'll be honest. So when do you watch Ludwig, Evan?
Not really. No.
Do you know about his old production company, Off Brand?
Why does it ring a bell for some reason?
Probably because Pyro Software used to work for them technically until after he stopped doing this.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he stepped away.
Yeah. So that's their games division. They make video games as well. But he started a production company back like in 2023, 2022. I forgot when exactly. But it was like a company that was supposed to like help streamers and like content creators with big productions. Like if they were wanting to do a game show or if they were wanting to do like an event of some kind and stuff like that. And they actually made that company, like the business model for it was a co-op. And that was super interesting to me. Learning what that business type is. So it is very interesting to me, like seeing what that all is. And it makes me really want to start like work in one of those at some point in one time, because that was a very interesting experience learning about it.
The idea of co-ops is essentially that they're just more workarounds. So like there are many cooperative businesses in the UK, and so they all kind of operate in that same way. All of them vary, and some countries like almost exclusively run on them. Like I think in Scandinavia, cooperatives are actually more common than regular businesses from the little I know. Like please don't hold me to that. But yeah, they're a really big deal, and they're a really good thing, and they just it's kind of a I mean in America they'd be considered by many people to be hyper socialist and unethical businesses because it's it's taking away the rights of a business owner and that. But honestly,
yeah, but business
cooperatives are
owners
just
don't
better.
deserve rights in the first place. I'm sorry.
Cooperatives are just generally better.
Yeah, I keep hearing like these stories about like companies and like employees being happy where they work once their boss
What?
actually gets down to their level of like so like there was a company, I forgot what they did, but like it was a company in like somewhere in Washington that the boss made sure that their pay never exceeded any of their employees. Like he took a giant pay cut and helped with like the actual business and gave it more to the employees to average out their salaries.
Washington State or Washington D.C.
State.
It sounds like a Washington State thing. Yeah, that does sound very
Yeah.
We're very much like that.
And it's just super cool to see those things.
That's something that I've always
Telly
found,
be like, "Welcome to Norway."
I've always been a big believer in that. Like, bosses are not better, and honestly, this is a very neoliberal mindset that is engineered into most Western countries. That like your boss is superior to you because they make more money and because they're above you. But honestly, in most businesses, you do more work than the boss does. Like that's generally how that works.
It is.
And so it very
It's 100% how that works.
and it's really unfair that there's such a massive disparity. Like, why should I be making substantially less than my boss? I can barely afford to put food on the table. My boss gets to go home to a nice house and drives 2 nice cars. When they do
always say it's because
I do.
Oh, they have a degree, they went through college to do that kind of stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but he went to college and all he does is enter info on a spreadsheet and then make 2 video calls a day. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think I need to go to college to learn how to do that.
And in general, honestly, most and I've said this, and I've even had like arguments with Blue about this, but I've always stood by this. Generally, workers also know how to better run things. Workers generally have a better idea of how things work at your work.
I never argued that.
You might. We've got into disagreements surrounding this.
Not that though, not that specifically, because I've always been a big like the worker does the work. The boss just like they just make the boss's job is make sure the workers have everything that they need. They're properly trained. And 2, I'm a big believer in, and Evan knows this from watching me, but you tell someone they're doing a great job and they're going to do an even better job. And someone that's lacking on it, you tell them, point out the appreciation you have for the things they're doing, and it's going to make them want to do that much more better. Because people in work environments that have really good positivity and they're being praised tend to want to go to, they tend to do a better job than those that are constantly scolded and made to feel like they're not doing a very good job. That's kind of my only take between bosses and employees. But you be a good boss if you're gonna be a boss. If not, go fucking.
I think in general, like there's it's something that does need to be sort of ended is the sort of massive disparity that we have. Like I think bosses should be on a very equal playing field to workers, like in every business. Because that's one version of that job. You're doing labor, you're working a business, and they just happen to be the ones who pull the strings, but they aren't the one who is the center of it, and they aren't the ones who produce everything. And I think that we're very conditioned to value the boss more than the workers, but actually the workers are the ones who make everything possible. And it's why when you talk about a country and its economic systems, you talk about like where's the money coming from, or who's going to provide that money. Labor. The workforce will always be the ones who fuel the economy and keep the wheels turning. It doesn't matter if you live in a socialist country, a capitalist country, or wherever. Everything that is made, everything that happens in your country happens because of workers. And that is the bottom line of it. And so they need to be protected. And there are other countries that have a very protective mentality on workers, like in Scandinavia in particular, they use Keynesian economics. Keynesian economics really value and really, really emphasize the importance of the working class, and so they get better pay across the board because their economies rationalize that money comes from the bottom. Whereas in countries like England and America, we use more Hayekian economics, which more argue that money comes from the top, that the richest people, the ones who make the most money, are the most important members. And so that's why our work and our labor situations are nowhere near as good as Scandinavia. There you go. There's my full rant on that.
I'm glad that we got a rant to end out the episode with.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree, though. I do agree with that stuff. And it's one of my favorite things about Scandinavian countries, or at least Norway in particular, that they do believe in the cogwheel system where, every job is equally important. And so therefore the pay should be not necessarily per se equally pay, but equally pay in the sense of livable. You can have
everybody can get
you
by
can still,
regardless of
a
job.
janitor should be able to make like livable wage.
Support their family. Yep,
Yeah.
support everyone, fast food, grocery store, because your butcher is no more important than your doctor who is no more important than the garbage man. Every job out there is important and should be valued. And we stop looking at jobs as negative or positive if we don't have the money. If a doctor's making $1 million a year and the guy at McDonald's is making $25,000 a year, we look at them so poorly, not because of their education level, it's because of the money they make. Because in America, it's literally about the money. And if both of them were able to make incomes that would take care of their family so that, the wife could stay home with the kids, and have the things that, they have, we wouldn't look at that so much because they don't focus on that. And if you were to brag about making so much money, you're more shunned in that community because it's not what it's about. They would look at you like, what is your problem? That's not what this is about. Here it's about making sure our community has what it needs first. Our neighbor has what they need first, over yourself.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's one of the reasons I need to get my ass to Norway. So Kelly, I'm coming. Get ready for me.
Get that green card ready.
I know. We've already been plotting ways to keep me there. So yeah, it's happening. If I go missing one day, just know I'm fine. I'm with Telly. Yeah. I'm sleeping in Linus's bed.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode.
Beep, beep. Yeah.
I'm
more censoring.
Fuck, shit, fuck. I mean, what?
Day one, skaters
Please.
can cuss. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Just kidding.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you guys want to say?
No, it's just good to be back, just the three of us for a hot minute. Guess we love you, we really do, but sometimes it's kind of nice to take our shoes off and not have to wear company clothes and use the company, living room and the company dishes, the company hand towels.
Card, please let me. Thank you.
Yeah, please and thank you. And if you have any extra Magic the Gathering cards you don't want, DM me, please.
If you have any extra Pokemon cards you don't want, please DM me as well. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you have any extra apple juice bottles, DM Evan. Okay, thank you.
Are we actually censoring out alcohol, by the way?
No,
Is that
we can
an
say
actual
alcohol.
censor? Okay.
You can say alcohol. Evan was just, for a minute, he probably thought he was in a skate cult for a hot minute.
I kind of did, yeah. I'm sort of used to that, so I just sort of was being...
Yeah.
I was
apple juice, whiskey, same.
Okay, good. One less word I have to censor. Thank you.
And now we have applesauce in the mix, so yeah.
Applesauce is Jell-O shots.
That's true. That's actually good.
I like that.
All right, I'm gonna have some applesauce. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye. Have a good week.
Bye.